This is what Minecraft PvP looked like 10 years ago. And this is what it looks like now. So I thought I'd learn some of Minecraft PvP's most influential errors, starting with Soup PvP. Soup PvP used to be one of the biggest game modes, but in 2025, it's pretty much dead. It's essentially a plugin on servers that allows you to heal 3.5 hearts using Mushroom Stew. There isn't anything really unique about it, other than the emphasis on hotkeying. So I loaded into a game and tested it out, and I'm getting double teamed. Eventually, I got into my first 1v1. Then my second. Then my third. And I kept playing all night. This is getting really boring. But before I leave, I'm going to rate each error. For Soup PvP, I'm going to give it 3 out of 5 stars. Moving on to Pop PvP, and this is where the PvP starts to get a little bit more complicated. With pearls, splash heals, and saturation, and balancing all these things at the same time can be very daunting. Alright, let's see how good I am. I clearly had no natural talent for Pop PvP. So I watched nearly every tutorial video I could possibly find and practiced daily for at least 3 hours. Yes, I'm unemployed. Subscribe. And gradually, I was starting to get better and better. Until I could win nearly every match. And for Pop PvP, I'm going to give it 2 stars. The next era of Minecraft PvP is Bedwars, once one of the most popular games on Hypixel and still widely popular in 2025. A major complaint of Bedwars now is how sweaty it is. And it's true, since Bedwars was first added, loads of different skills have popped up. Luckily, I learnt a lot of those in my last video. Go watch it after this one. So for Bedwars, I'm going to make a brand new account and I won't move on to the next era until I hit 50 stars, which would take nearly 250,000 XP or roughly 50 hours of playtime. It's been a whole day and we've only gotten 4 stars. So at this pace, we won't finish for another 2 weeks. But once we get to 15 stars, we can access the Slumber Hotel and get double XP. So it's been about 2 weeks, but I've only played for 5 of those days. And now we're only a few games away from 15 stars. Man, this guy's literally got 300 stars. Wait, did that guy just fall off? With a pretty lackluster ending, I finally had enough levels to access the Slumber Hotel. Right, this guy's a certified yapper. I need slumber tickets. Wait, is this a slot machine? I might be addicted. And with that, I made it back on the grind to 50 stars. Alright, this is getting a bit boring. Here's me hitting 50 stars. Whoa, 50 stars, whoa, woohoo. Bedwars gets the first 5 stars. It's one of, if not the best Minecraft game mode ever made. The next PvP era split the community in half and completely overhauled PvP, the 1.9 PvP update, adding a cooldown, drastically slowing down PvP. So to gauge my skill level, the first thing I'm going to do is play some quick games. And for some reason, out of all the options I had, I chose Axe PvP, which is a decision I would regret. Why did I choose this? So I've got some learning to do, but first I'm going to have to get used to this new combat by playing some games. A lot of games. I need to get some bitches. And for the actual skills, I just got them all from Swite, but I'll quickly go over the main ones I focused on. Clicking right after disabling a shield will stop an opponent's momentum, making it harder for them to counter. You can get some easy damage by breaking an opponent's shield and immediately jump resetting and switching to your sword. Auto hitting is clicking as fast as you can while using a shield, so that when your shield is broken, you can instantly get a hit off. Now, if you think these skills are easy, you'd be wrong. Oh, I'm actually giving up. Now, as I was playing, I was looking for a goal to set myself, and I had a completely original idea.
Being tier tested.
I tier tested on every single game mode.
I got tier tested in every Minecraft PvP game mode.
But before I get tier tested, I'm going to need a lot more practice, so I'm going to give myself a week. Or I'm going to give myself 3 days. For day 1, I focused on just playing a lot more games. I won some, lost a lot more, but I was much more prepared for day 2. For day 2, I played each match with much more intent, focusing on winning while still having a good amount of health. And although it didn't work out at first, eventually it clicked. For day 3, I just got a few games in and got myself prepared for the tier test. Alright, it's been about a week and we finally got a tier test. I literally got the lowest possible tier. For Axe PvP, I'm going to rate it 4 stars, and that takes us onto the final error of this video.
The mace.
Now, considering it took a week to get tier tested, we'll have to do something different. I'll have to beat my friend in a Mace 1v1. I don't have any friends, so I'll just be begging in chat for a 1v1. By now, you know the gist. I watched some videos, and then I got to practicing. Luckily, Mace PvPers are anti-social, so we can practice on a bot, which is going to make this much easier. Mace PvP has a lot of different skills, and I obviously can't learn them all, so I'm focused on a few that will get progressively harder. Starting with a few of the basic skills. Attribute swapping, you quickly switch from your sword to the mace to have the cooldown of the sword with the enchantments of the mace. It looks something like this. Now, most of the Mace PvP fights aren't won here, they're won from up here, and to get here, we can do a few things. An alien wind charge is when you glide with an elytra, look down, wind charge, and then look up, giving yourself a lot of height. A pearl catch is when you throw a wind charge, look up, then pearl, and immediately throw a wind charge to teleport yourself into the air. And finally, depending on the map you're dueling in, you can use the walls to pearl and gain height. Now that we can actually gain some height, we should be winning our duels. You see, being above your opponent only matters when you can actually land a hit, so we're going to painfully improve through trial and error game after game. We're just going to slow down the speed of the game and practice landing hits on the bot. And slowly, I started to speed up the game until I was landing hits at full speed. But if we want to land a hit on a real player, a stationary target isn't really going to cut it, so we can add some movement to the bot and slow down the game again. This time, once we reach 50% of the game's speed, we can increase the amount of movement the bot has and practice on an even harder target. And while at first I couldn't land a hit, eventually it started to click. Now, let's see if we wasted hours on the spot or if the practice actually paid off. This is where I started to run into a major problem, the shield. So I had to find a way to bypass it, and I found the stun slam. A stun slam consists of using the axe to disable the shield and then hitting again with the mace. And unlike the other skills that I could pick up within a few hours of practice, this was a lot more difficult. But around day 4, I started to hit consistent stun slams. But the only way to know if I'd actually learnt it is to hit some against some real players. Now, I've still got a lot of skills to learn, but my last upload was 3 months ago and I really need to finish this video. So I started looking for a decent opponent to test all my skills on, and eventually I found someone. so I lost. But this is the best I've ever played, and honestly, that's enough for me. By the way, Mace gets 5 stars.